Okay, that's key, all right? If you want to be happy, you got to, like, you know, key into this kind of stuff. You know, things aren't always going to go right for us. Things are not always going to go right for us. Have you noticed? You know, like, occasionally there'll be problems in your life, maybe. Occasionally. And if you're waiting for when all the problems will go away in your life for happiness, you're going to wait a while. Okay, you're going to wait a while. So if you want to practice happiness, you've got to start practicing looking at the world differently. Looking at the world differently. There are no problems out there, actually. There are no problems out there. Problems are an interpretation. Problems are there's nothing out there that's going, I'm a problem, I'm a problem. You know, it's not radiating out its problemness. See? It's just an interpretation. Oh, I got a flat tire. That's a problem. See? That's a problem. And so one quick and easy way to just, you know, make a little bit of difference in the happiness level of your life is to just start concentrating on the good things that are inherent in everything. There's something good about everything. And just instead of like always concentrating on the bad things, oh, it's a flat tire, I won't get to work on time, concentrate on the upside of that. Oh, good, more leisure time. More time when I don't have to be at that dead-end job. You see? I mean, just an example. So why aren't we happy? You know, why aren't we happy? We're not happy because I mean, sometimes they summarize this. You know, the Buddha summarized this in the old sutras. Here's why we're not happy: because we don't get what we want, we get what we don't want, and we're separated from what we do want. That's pretty much comprehensive, right? That's kind of comprehensive. That's pretty much comprehensive. So you know, you might think about it that way. Here's another way to think about it. We're not happy because we're looking for happiness in the wrong places. We're looking for happiness outside. We're looking for happiness in the job, in the relationship, in the $10,000, in the new boat, in the whatever it is, out there, as if that was going to make you happy. And of course that can't do it. It won't do it. Happiness isn't out there. You know, happiness isn't in the new boyfriend. If only I found the new boyfriend, I'd be happy. He will make me happy. You see? That's just such a setup. It's a setup for you. It's a setup for him. Because he can't make you happy. See? And then you realize that pretty soon. You go, you didn't make me happy. Right? I'd better find a new boyfriend. Right? A boyfriend that will what? Make me happy. Right? And then it's just, you know, on and on and on we go. Like gerbils. You know, like we're on those like gerbil wheels that they have in those cages. That's what the wheel of samsara means. The wheel of samsara is that gerbil wheel. They should call it the wheel of gerbil wheel or something like that. You know, that's what it is. It's just, you know, trying to be happy. But, and making the same mistakes over and over and over again. Thinking that, for example, that happiness is out there. So that's one main reason why we're not happy. Here's another one. We're not living in the present. We're not living in the present. And in a way, it's very, very, it's very simple to say, be here now. Like Ram Dass said, you know, be here now. Very simple to say, like 3 words. Almost impossible to do. You know, try this as a practice, kids. You know, you just try after the talk, well, try to be here now during the talk too, that would be good. Instead of thinking about, you know, what's coming next. That's I think, usually what we're thinking about. What comes next? What's happening after the talk? You know, what am I going to do when I get out here? When am I going to go? How, you know, is my car going to be okay? I'll get in my car, I'll go home, I'll think, what's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen next week? What's going to happen in the Christmas holidays? You know, and we're just spacing out. We're just living in a fantasy, a total fantasy, in a time that totally doesn't exist. We're either doing it that way, or, you know, I think in my case it seems more rarely, but maybe other people are different. But still a lot. What happened already? We're thinking about what happened already. Like, especially, like, what she said to me, you know, at work, you know, like 8 hours ago. Like, you know, and our mind's stuck back there, or what, you know, what my mommy did to me when she didn't let me go to Woodstock when I was a kid. And I was like, we're just kind of like stuck there, like going, like, yeah, that was really mean. That was. If only I'd gone to Woodstock, I'd be happy now. And my mom didn't let me go to Woodstock, and And so it's like, we're not in the present. We're not content. See, contentment means that you're in the present. Sometimes we think, well, contentment means that I got all the stuff I need. And that is, of course, one kind of contentment. One kind of contentment is realizing that we all have enough, that we all have enough of everything. And many of you have received the sacred mantra that I personally have authorized myself to deliver to other people. It's a self-authorization. But for those of you who don't have this mantra, this is an oral lineage. Mantras are given like this, right? They're given in the Tibetan tradition. They say as a lung, like orally from the teacher to the student. So here you get it. You're going to get a new mantra right now. You ready? Right? You got to sit up straight for a new mantra, I'd say. First of all, you say, almost all mantras are in Sanskrit, okay? This is partly in Sanskrit, so it makes you know that it's a mantra, and then partly in English, so you'll know what the hell you're talking about. And you can say this mantra over and over and over again. It's a very powerful mantra. This is the contentment mantra, okay? Say Om, you know it? Om. I have enough. Ahung. Ahung means that's the end of the mantra. Om means that's the beginning of the mantra. I have enough means what it says. It means exactly what it says. And everyone in this room has enough. I know for sure. Because of my extreme practice. I've practiced for many, many years. And you don't have to have like some kind of power to know that everybody sitting in this room has enough. All you have to do is travel. You could travel a little bit, and then you would realize that we all have enough. Enough. We have enough stuff. I mean, obviously have enough stuff. We have enough relationships. We have enough, we have enough success at the job. We have enough. And until you get the deep meaning, the deep realizations of that mantra, you'll never be content. See, you'll never be content. Contentment comes. This is the only way contentment comes, on just realizing, I have enough. Okay, that's one kind of contentment. Here's another kind of contentment. Everything is fine. Everything is fine now, here and now. See, that's another kind of contentment. Everything is fine here and now. And guess what? Almost always for amazing people like us, people living miraculous lives, that's true. It's almost always true. I mean, sometimes like if you just got hit by a car, then everything isn't fine right here and now. But how often are those times, you see? Or, like when you just heard that somebody died that you loved. Then you're not fine. That's true. Then here and now you're not fine. But how often do those times occur, you see? Like 95, 98, 99% of the time, everything's just fine, here and now. And that's a kind of contentment, you see. That's the first level of happiness. The first level of happiness is just being content. See, how do you think you're ever going to be, get on, and get the higher levels of happiness if you can't even get the first level of happiness? It's not like you can skip from the, I keep wanting more. I want to be, I want to be a better, lawyer. I want more relationships. I want more money. I'm so worried about the future. I'm so bummed out about the past, all the people that hurt me. How are you ever going to be happy? How are you ever going to get contentment like that? See, you can't, there's no way. All we need to do is make a little twist of the kaleidoscope, It's not going to happen by outer forces changing. You'll never be able to line it all up properly. It'll never work out there. So what we need to do is learn how to make that twist in our minds and just realize everything's fine now. Everything was perfect the way it was. And everything that's coming is going to be fine too.